Now that I've come to the point where I have seen numerous different reactions and responses and just what people had to say to interpret this photo, AI generated photo that was created that Donald Trump posted on his Truth Social. I made a little post about it yesterday on Facebook saying that it was blasphemous and I didn't agree with it, but I'm going to interpret on how I really feel about the just photo. A little more detail. JD Vance says that Donald Trump posted it as a joke. Other people are saying Donald Trump posted it to mimic the Pope. And then other people are saying that Donald Trump posted this and it is depicting him as Jesus Christ. Now, Trump himself has already made the statement that he didn't post it in the thought that it was him portraying as Jesus. He thought it was him as a doctor and someone who worked for Red Cross that was healing the nation, whatever. And when he noticed that the photo was not sitting right with many Americans, he in fact took the post down, which I think was the right thing to do. Because I don't think he had the pure intention of depicting himself as Jesus, being that he did not even make the photo. It is an AI generated photo, but at the end of the day, it did not look right. Because I saw another creator that did something that I actually took upon myself to do it to see what results I would get. And her name is Petty Crocker on Instagram. And she went on AI generated platforms and described this photo or described what Donald Trump was trying to be or what he thought he was being depicted as in the photo to generate an AI generated photo based off of that description. So let me show you what I got from it. Now, I asked ChatGPT and Grok, can you make me a picture depicting Donald Trump as a doctor and Red Cross worker healing people and the nation? And the first photo that was generated, this one I believe was on Grok, was this photo, which would actually depict exactly what he described. Donald Trump in a doctor's robe with the Red Cross, whatever, and then you see the Band-Aid with the glowing hands and the people healing under with the American flag behind him. I think this seems a little more appropriate in my eyes for what he was trying to portray. In the second generated photo, which was from ChatGPT or Grok, whichever one, this was the other photo that I received, which I thought was a lot more appropriate for what he was trying to depict. And then I asked both ChatGPT and Grok, can you make me a picture depicting Donald Trump as Jesus healing people and the nation? And the first photo that was generated was this one. You notice the same how they have the robes, the white and the red robes with the hands glowing, showing that he is healing the people beneath him, which is why it was problematic, and now people can understand a little bit more why a lot of people were losing their shit about why it looked like it was him trying to depict as Jesus. Because even in this one, they took him out of the doctor's robe and they put him in what? More drapes. And even when you ask these same platforms, how did they depict the photo of Donald Trump? I took the photo and I uploaded it on ChatGPT and I said, could you please describe this photo to me? And this was the response that it said. The central figure shows Trump portrayed in robes resembling Jesus Christ performing a healing miracle, placing his hand on a sick man while emitting a glowing light. The man in the bed appears to be miraculously healed, a direct reference to biblical healing scenes. So you can truly understand a little more why this was so problematic for many people. What bothered me surrounding people's reactions about the photo is people that are just trying to dismiss how others should feel about it. Especially if you're somebody who is super religious, then you really see something like this as, oh no, that is extremely blasphemous. And it was problematic for me, in my opinion, especially seeing people writing it off as, oh, he's just trolling, it's just a joke, y'all are weak. Yeah, I get it, the world is not coming to an end, but people do have a right to feel some type of way about that photo. And I'm glad that Trump did the right thing by removing the photo, and he did express how he felt about it, but he still did it in an arrogant way. And that's why sometimes it bothers people, because it's like, okay, cool, I don't mind that Trump indulges in the troll foolery of social media, but sometimes it's not called for. Sometimes it can be interpreted in a way where people do not find it funny, and that's okay, because you have a right to criticize Trump and things that he do. You don't have to agree with everything that he does. Like, there's people out there that are like, I don't care what he does, I'm gonna support him no matter what. And I'm just like, nah, I can't stand behind that. I cannot be that kind of person, because at the end of the day, I know damn well that if it was a Democratic politician who posted something with the same type of reference, I would have had a problem with it too. I think many of you guys, especially on the right, would have been super upset and livid about it if it was a Democratic politician who posted the photo like that of themselves. You guys would be going the fuck off. But because it's Donald Trump, now we're going to try to act like we can't criticize something or say that maybe that was not a smart move or maybe that wasn't okay. And that kind of blind loyalty is just not something I can get behind. I think everyone is open for criticism, especially our president. And that kind of imagery, quite frankly, crossed the line between politics and faith. And that's why a lot of Christians found it to be disrespectful. Because one thing you have to remember is that leaders are public servants, they're not saviors. There's no president that is going to be healing the nation with miracles. Simply acting like one man is the answer to everything is how people lose perspective.